Welcome back. All right, so if you had your broom out for today, anticipating a sweep, no sweeps. And so what's interesting is we didn't have a sweep in the first round. We're not going to have a sweep in the second round. So that's good. I think, parity's always a good thing. So it's Wall versus Bobrovsky. Wall now becomes a folk hero in the city of Toronto, the first rookie goaltender for them in a playoff game since Felix Potvin, which was 30 years ago. And boy, does it make me feel old saying it, but here we are. So, Wall versus Bobrovsky looked like a mismatch on paper, but the Leafs came out and they were blocking right away. They had a game plan and they stuck to it. So the early edge was for the Panthers. Ekblad fires one wide as they get some pressure. The fans call one, the referee doesn't. Then there's a near miss for Matthews. Panthers starting to force some turnovers. It didn't stay that way. Panthers not getting the turnover chances they've had over their last, during this 6-game winning streak. Nylander has a blast that saved as the Leafs press. Giordano has a shot, saved the Panthers clear. 5.5 minutes in, the shots are 5-3 for the Leafs. And both teams seem to really like that total because we didn't have a shot on net for a while after that. So teams trade turnovers. Things get pushy on an offside call. There wasn't a lot of that in this game, though. The Panthers press. They're kept to the outside. Montour has a shot that's blocked. Nylander fans on one. The Panthers clear. Matthews fires one wide on a 2-on-1. Luostarinen with a net feed. That's blocked. Smothering defense so far by both teams. I think the block shots ended up being 21-9 for Toronto in this one. Neither team getting shots. Riley has a net feed that goes wide. Duclair has a fast break. That's defended. Strong Panthers forecheck, but they're not getting to the net. Bennett has a net drive and defended. He doesn't get to the net there. Panthers do press afterwards. Barkov can't bury one then on a rush chance. Panthers had a slight edge in play at this point, but it's only a slight edge. Nylander to Kampf gets blocked. Kampf has a shot that's saved. The Leafs press. Gudas has a point shot that's saved. 1:54 left. The Panthers get a power play. So first power play of the game. That leads to a shorthanded rush by Marner, who might have had his best playoff game in his career tonight. Montour then has a blast that's held. There's some pushing. Bennett's denied in close. Wall holds on. It is scoreless after the first period. So second period, the Leafs had a 4-on-1 that fizzled. Didn't manage a shot. So basically Florida back-checked and broke that whole thing up. And I felt like, there were little signs here that, this may not go Toronto's way. We get a power play for the Leafs. It's 2 minutes, not 4, because it's Bunting who got cut above the nose. So, like right on the bridge of the nose, there's blood there, and it's Bunting. It's 2 minutes, not 4. Panthers, back-to-back early clears, but at 3:28, Nylander buries one in close. The assist to Bunting and Marner. So the Panthers, when they allow the first goal in these playoffs, 2-3 coming into this game. Lundell, though, has a shot that deflects out. The shots are 3-1 in favor of Toronto 5.5 minutes in. So Toronto is controlling the play, and when they're not, they're blocking. They're blocking shots, they're causing turnovers, and they're smothering the Florida Panthers. I wouldn't have thought that Toronto would be a team that would be trying not to let the game get opened up, but here we are. Verhaeghe has a screenshot that's held. Montour then has a shot held as well. Wall not giving up rebounds. Really, honestly, might have been the best game of goalie for Toronto's played in these playoffs. Lundell fires one high. The Leafs clear. Yarncroke to Matthews. Near miss there. The Leafs go back to the power play. Tavares couldn't bury one. It gets cleared out. The Leafs set up. They cycle. Things get pushy on a hold by Bobrovsky. Bunting then has a chance that's held. Bobrovsky, honestly, quite good in this game as well. That power play ends up being killed off. 6 shots on that power play. 6. So Toronto's power play, lots of chances, just could not put one past Bobrovsky. Kamp's then denied as the Leafs press. Bennett has a shot that's blocked. The Leafs clear. Brody has a shot that's tipped high. The Panthers press. Draws them a power play. Kampf is flattened by Gudas on that whistle as they're calling that power play. I think that was a late hit. You could have called interference there. Might have been able to call a charge. I know on TV they said you might have been able to get charged. A charge is hard to argue there, but you could have at least argued it was interference. Like as soon as the Leafs touched the puck, the play's dead, and the whistle went before he hit him. But anyways, it ends up not really mattering. So Panthers do come out of that with the power play. Reinhart has a chance that's caught and held. The Panthers cycle. O'Reilly then has a shorthanded rush. And to end it, there's a shorthanded rush by Marner. 2 shots on that power play, and that's it. Then Reinhardt has a chance that's caught and held. Nope, that's before. Matthews has a wraparound that's saved. The Leafs press. Ekblad has a net feed. That's picked off. Tavares is denied on a final minute breakaway. So Bobrovsky keeping this one close. And the Leafs press to close it out. So it's 1-0 after 2. And I'm sure Leaf fans everywhere are really glad that this is the one series where games aren't really lopsided going into the third. There's no, basically, this game is done after 40 minutes. They like to keep their fans, their heart rate high. Third period, good early back and forth. A good forecheck by the Panthers, and then they get some pressure out of it. Matthews then has a shot that's blocked at the other end. Marner fires one wide. The Panthers clear. Mahura has a screenshot that's held. They did get traffic in front of Wall. He was pretty good at seeing around and seeing through that traffic. Bennett has a shot deflect to the corner. McCabe to Matthews. That gets picked off, and then things get pushy on a hole by Bobrovsky. The shots on net are 2-1 for Florida 7 minutes into this period. Then there's a near miss for Tkachuk from the slot. Marner has a net feed. That's picked off. The Panthers try to clear it out. They can't. And Toronto makes them pay. Marner, it's through a screen and in. McCabe with the assist. That's at 10:03. So no chance for Bobrovsky on that one. I would say there's no chance for Bobrovsky on the Nylander goal either. So, yeah, fair result there. Barkov then has a rush chance that's saved and held. And with 8:50 left, it is a power play for the Panthers. So, again, Leafs, they don't let their fans, breathe and enjoy a game. It's about constant terror all the time. So, early clear by the Leafs. There's a shorthanded Marner shot that deflects wide. Barkov then has a shot that's saved. And then a good cycle leads to a goal. Reinhardt gets the power play marker from Tkachuk and Bennett at 12:14. So that's Tkachuk's 5th assist in this series. Doesn't have a goal yet. And the Leafs wisely call a timeout. Sheldon Keefe, understanding this game could get away from them, calls a timeout to cool things down. Panthers press to tie it after, though. Achari exited on a shot block, but he would come back pretty quickly thereafter. Barkov has a shot that's held. The Panthers with some momentum. In fact, the shots are 7-2 with 5.5 minutes left in favor of Florida. So they are pressing. Matthews tips one wide. The Leafs press. Panthers cleared a dangerous rebound at the front of their net. Tkachuk couldn't bury one in close. The Leafs rush the other way. Marner has a slot shot that's saved. Verhaeghe has a net drive that's blocked. The goalie pull doesn't happen until 1:20 left. I thought the Leafs did a good job of keeping the puck in Florida's zone and not really letting them, they don't let them get easy entries into their zone. They can't get the goalie pulled early as they wanted to. Verhaeghe has a shot that's blocked. The Leafs clear. And the Panthers basically ran out of time. So at the horn, we get a bunch of punching because these teams do not like one another. The Leafs win this one 2-1. Florida now leads the series 3-1. The Florida Panthers have never won a series by a sweep, and they still have never won a series by a sweep. Now, the time I was making up this board, the 3 stars, it just shows a blank line next to Toronto, so I'm going to assume it's either Wall or Nylander was the first star. Second star was Marner. Third star was Bobrovsky. I would have given Wall the first star, but you can argue Nylander as well. Gets that goal, put him on the board, and put him ahead. Shots on net, 7-6 Florida in the first, 15-8 Toronto in the second, and then Florida outshoots them 10-4 in the third. Both teams had 25 shots in this game. Power plays, 1 for 2 for Toronto, 1 for 3 for Florida. Hits 25-19 for Toronto. Toronto out-hits them, out-blocks them. Playing some playoff hockey, the Maple Leafs, and stay alive. Wall saves 24-25. Not saying they're going to put up a statue, but, maybe. Bobrovsky, 23 saves on 25 shots. Hey, he goes in there as a rookie. Nobody expected anything in this game. I know I looked at the start of this and I thought, well, it's tough that Wall goes in. This is his first start, but it is what it is. And if it's a sweep, it's a sweep. And hopefully he doesn't get lit up too much. And here we are. The Leafs win the game. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. As always, I'm sure Steve's very happy tonight that the Leafs have kept this series alive and avoided the dreaded sweep. But let me know your thoughts. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. You just happened upon this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, for all your support. I will talk to you again soon.